on. Right. A reflection for the 12th Sunday after Trinity from St Magnus Church, Shetland. My name is Joy. Today I'm recording this where I have been walking nearly every day since the gales lessened in May. The view of St Ninian's Isle, the Tombolo, and the southerly part of Shetland is really beautiful. Looking back to when we were made aware of COVID-19 and the last Sunday the church was open, 6 months have gone by. Lockdown has meant for many people contact only by phone or the internet. Many people had to self-isolate. I was one of them. Self-isolating gave me time to reflect on my spiritual journey over the whole of my life, but particularly over the last 10 years since I joined St Magnus Church, and what God has asked me to do since then. My walks have shown me how beautiful and amazing God's creation is, and recreation every year, because every year there is new life. When I was walking during May, birds nesting, lambs being born, a family of ducks with their ducklings, who I presume were learning to fish and to swim, flowers blossomed, died, and then others took their place. I had time to observe and to spend longer in prayer, guided by God, to explore my own life. I found it much easier to pray while walking. During lockdown, all our lives changed, and for some it's been very lonely and frightening. Not only because of the virus risk, but also because of their jobs, their families, and the financial consequences. The love, compassion, and selflessness of so many has shown us how communities can come together, and we realize we have common needs, whatever our colour, religion or background. From the beginning of COVID-19, people all over the world have shown this love for each other and selfless care, particularly all the medical staff as they work in hospitals to save lives. The volunteers and carers here, who have shown love and care working in many ways, from shopping for those who could not leave their homes, the carers helping those who need daily home visits, and those making the PPEs essential for the medical and care services. We have had to live in a different way, listening to and following the advice to keeping ourselves safe. It's been a time of suffering for so many. Loss of a loved member of the family, a close friend, not being able to say goodbye or attend funerals. For grandparents not to see new babies, missing special family gatherings, outings or weddings, and nobody able to go on holiday. For our children and young people, missing school, their friends and activities has been particularly hard. A lot of families had no space outside where they could exercise in high-risk flats. We have been lucky in Shetland. We have the space. Our children here have been able to go out. Now, with the gradual relaxation of lockdown, we can hope for a future that will be different. but good, as COVID-19 is still out there. Social distancing and mask wearing, washing hands and sanitising may be difficult to remember or accept, but remains essential until we're told otherwise. We had nearly 6 months of being unable to see those who we love. Some unable to live in their family homes because of the risk their work was for them and also for their loved ones in the house. Some aspects of lockdown were positive for me. By the beginning of this month, I had lost 2.5 stone, and I'm now able to walk without sticks, something I've not been able to do for quite a few years. I've grown spiritually by prayer, Zoom services, and the love and help shown to me by my friends and neighbours. Driving back from my walk, I pass a field that, after being ploughed, has been left and is now a field of weeds about 2 feet high, where crops cannot grow. And this reminds me of the teaching of Jesus, where a seed should be planted and cared for. I believe it's the same growing closer to God. It needs fertile ground and care. What does the future hold for us all? Here in Shetland, we will shortly be able to return to St Magnus Church. And then those of us who are intending to be there, although the service will be different, we will be able to worship together. If we can have the service relayed, then we could all pray together. I find it must be very difficult for those who are just leaving university, who've just got their degrees, for those who had their results for the year not as the result of exams, but for 5th and 6th years, relying on their coursework to give them the standards that they need to go to university. And one thing I have is the word for the future: hope. Hope for them, hope that they are still able to continue with the careers that we're looking forward to. Hope for a world that could be different. Hope for conflict to cease. And that people, wherever they are and whoever they are, live in harmony. Hope for a better life for the next generation. These are my hopes and prayers for the future of us all. At present, my hope is nearer to home. I hope that for the rest of the day we have a peaceful and joyful day.